extra A means it's good book learning. How-to wording good for Make Communication Time. Introducing Lennox Gray, that's an obvious secret identity. Wait, John Bobbitt.
Because we are social beings, reared in a social way of life, all of us have to communicate with one another, to give expression to our feelings and thoughts.
But we don't have to like it.
Obviously, get the other fellow to think, or feel, or do something. Listen.
What a courageous whistleblower.
Fire! Fire!
Thanks, Scott Aukerman, you saved us.
I love you, Joan.
You won't find a more attractive hat in town.
Hi, my lord, hi! A soldier and a feared?
And that's the news of the world today. Now for the local news.
I'm hammered.
Whatever its purpose, every communication is an activity in which people arrive at common understandings.
Actually, that stopped happening in 1998.
Consider, for example, the way in which this policeman communicates.
Through sassy gestures.
When he gives this signal, he gets this response from the driver.
Let me through, I'm
The
white.
driver responds to the idea of stopping, to his recollection of what might happen if he didn't stop, and to the policeman himself as a symbol of authority.
And selective gigantism, yikes.
Of course, the same ideas could be evoked by a mechanical signal,
Oh, like a droid.
or they could be evoked by a word.
Like moist, I hate that word.
Language, written and spoken, is our principal tool of communication.
Still, dear.
Words, sentences, and statements form symbols which we can use to convey almost all meanings. But to use language effectively, we have to make other people understand
Young Rick
what we are
Moranis.
saying, as well as understand ourselves what they are saying.
Lippy, lippy, or pipey sinking.
Every communication situation has these elements: the communicator, or person doing the talking,
Usually a man.
the content of his message, the medium or method of communication he is using,
Tweet or manifesto.
the audience to whom he is speaking, and the response the audience is making to his message.
Walking away, classic response.
Each of these elements is important for effective communication. In any situation, we may ask, who is saying what to whom with what effect?
And is it brought to you by
In other
Bonobos?
words, who is talking? What is he saying? What medium is he using? To whom is he speaking? And what response is he getting?
Narrator, is this about you?
Knowing the answers to these questions helps us to act more effectively in any situation, either as the communicator or as the audience.
Who are going out to get snacks.
First, let's consider what happens when someone else is doing the talking. Other people are constantly bombarding us with communication.
And this is before cable news and Facebook. Buckle up, Chucko.
Who are these communicators, and what are their purposes in speaking to us?
Can't be good.
Knowing this helps us to respond more intelligently to what they are saying.
LOL STFU.
For example, Mrs. Clark, like most of us, considers who is talking and what her purpose is in a situation like this.
Oh, I don't know. These new styles. But it's such a nice style on you.
Not everyone can pull off the dowager look. Does this make my snood look big?
No. Thank you. I'll try somewhere else.
Who's that dude in the mirror?
Likewise, Mrs. Clark considers who is talking and what his purpose is in a situation like this.
Hey, Grandma, want to buy a hat? All right, Sonny D.
Say, Mom, are you and Dad going out tonight?
Or are you free?
Why, George? Does it matter whether we're going out?
Look, it's a simple question.
Oh, I don't know. I just thought maybe you weren't.
Finish your homework, Oedipus.
They've got some awful good TV programs on tonight, you know.
But you're going to the dance tonight, aren't you?
Yes, but...
And I suppose you want the car again. Well, young man,
You know that hasn't been invented yet.
you'll have to take that up with your father.
Oh, Mom.
But Dad's Bing Crosby.
Yes, when Mrs. Clark knows the communicator, she considers his purpose in communicating as well as what he is saying. But she may not do this in every situation.
It's me, your other son.
Well, that's settled. The town can't afford the new community house we've all been shouting for.
What makes you think that settles it, dear? The town needs that building, and we're going to get it.
But they say it costs too much.
Who says so?
Well, they say so. Right here, in the paper.
Honey, that's the Lockhorns.
You mean Jim Thompson and his gang says so? I'd look twice at whatever he says about that community house.
Why do you say that?
Because he's a globalist Luciferian.
If it's in the paper, it must be right.
Oh, brought to you by
In this
misogyny.
situation, Mrs. Clark has not asked who is talking. But Mr. Clark tries to consider the source of most statements.
Oh, sure he
He
does.
happens to know that this statement comes from a group of people who always oppose community projects that might add to taxes.
Oh, them.
Knowing this helps him to judge the statement more intelligently.
Relatively speaking.
Another question to ask when someone else is doing the talking is this.
Who said that?
What do his words and statements mean to him? What is he really trying to say?
Never believe anything ever.
Our friend the policeman communicates effectively because his signal means exactly the same thing both to himself and his audience.
He relies on tropes and cliches. Thank you so much for watching Fun with Shorts. This series is supported by Patreon and patrons like these wonderful people right here. They get early access to new episodes and exclusive episodes every month. Also, check out the updated funwithshorts.com for DVDs and merch and all the good stuff. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you next time.